All right, today we will be making chocolate crinkle cookies. I'm gonna take you through it step by step. Starting off, 2 cups of flour to start the dry ingredients. Next we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I believe some people call it floof powder, but this is baking powder, not baking soda. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt, because salty and sweet go together, so I guess that's what that's for. And then you gotta mix it up a little bit. This is the only spatula I could find. Hopefully no splinters in the cookies. Anyway, mix that up and then we'll start on the wet ingredients. All right, so for the wet ingredients, they call them wet, but most of it's dry. 2 cups of sugar, some cocoa, eggs, oil, and vanilla. So we'll start with the 2 cups of sugar. Next is a cup of cocoa powder, a full cup. Do not eat this by itself. It is extremely bitter. All right, so to start the actual quote unquote wet ingredients, we're gonna use a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And just wanna show you guys here, our elf this morning left a little note. It says, "I peed myself." It's pretty crazy. Next, we need 4 large eggs. I left these out this morning. They've been out for an hour or 2, just to get down to room temperature. I just don't like incorporating cold eggs unless the recipe specifically requires cold eggs. So I'm gonna put them in, be right back with you. All right, quick update. It said to use a mixer to mix in the eggs one at a time, so I'm gonna do that. But that's why it's on the mixer. Glad I have this stand mixer made by KitchenAid. So the only thing left is to add the 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and then we get to have the fun part of mixing the dry ingredients with the wet. I'll check back in a minute. All right, now comes the fun part of combining the dry ingredients a little at a time with the wet ingredients to make the dough. So I'm gonna see how this goes with the camera. I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time here. And I'm sure I'm gonna get it all over the place. But such is life, right? Now once this dough is formed, it has to go in the refrigerator for 4 hours to chill down, because apparently it's really sticky. I've never made these before, but that's the word on the street, word on the web. So I'm just doing, a little shovelful at a time. And then I'm gonna stop it and get the walls defloured. That definitely came out wrong. Take the dry mixture off the walls and make sure it gets into the mix as well. All right, so this is just what the dough looks like before freezing. It's a sticky, icky mess. Doesn't look too appetizing. But hopefully, when they're done, they'll be delicious. All right, so here's the dough out of the mixer. I was gonna leave it in the mixer, but there was a little bit of flour around the edge, and I didn't want that to get incorporated into it, make the cookies off color or anything, even though they're gonna be white from powdered sugar. But anyway, gonna wrap it up, the bowl, and put it in the fridge for about 4 hours. I'll be back in a little while.
All right, guys, there she is. Gonna take it out, roll it up and into balls and into the powdered sugar, and then we'll put it in the oven.
All right, so we have the dough, powdered sugar, Gonna roll the dough, put it in the powdered sugar, put it on the pan, and put it in the oven. I'll be back. And here's the finished product. Yummy.